what is that deal?
The deal today is we still have the $2 million guarantee.
So no matter what, no matter how much revenue comes in, we get, bottom line, $2 million annually.
At least $2 million annually. They will incur all the costs. They'll incur all the costs for building the signs. They'll incur all of the costs for maintaining the signs. There is no risk to the city, and they will guarantee us $2 million a year. Now, instead of being inflated at 5% every 5 years, it's being inflated at 3% every year. And on a present,
that $2 million.
That $2 million. So the guarantee goes up every year by 3%. On a present value basis, on the guarantee alone, that's over 10 years, $2 million more to the city than what was proposed initially. In addition to the guarantee, what we negotiated with them is that some of the signage would be on top of the guarantee, and there would be a revenue split from that sign. So they reserved some of the signage to back the $2 million guarantee, and all of the other signage, there is a revenue split that they will share with the city, depending upon, you know.
And what is that?
For the first $5 million, it's in revenue. It's 25% to the city, 75% to AEG or to Landco. For the second $5 million, it's a 50-50 split, and anything above that is 75% to the city, 25% to AEG.
And that's on top of the $2 million.
On top of the $2 million.
So let's say they brought in, let's just say, $11 million 1 year. How much? So we guarantee we get $2 million.
We would get $2 million plus
so
25%
of the first $5 million.
The first 5 and 50%
of the second 5 and 75% of the last million.
The last million.
So first 5 would be we'd get 1.25.
We'd get 1.25.
Second 5 we'd get 2.5, and the last million we would get 7.5. So that would be 4.5 million on top of the 2 million?
Yeah, I think if the arithmetic is correct, yes.
So if they bring in 11 million, we get 6.5 million.
I'm sorry, I have to do the math, but
I think that's right. I think that's right.
I believe that's correct, yes.
Okay, so that's the deal.
That is the deal.
So that's a pretty good deal. We don't have to put the signage up. We don't have to maintain the signage. That's revenue. They go out and get all the advertising. We don't have to do any of that work, and we get.
Correct.
I think, from my calculations, about $6 million.
Right. Now, it's also important to note here that this is for the first 10 years. After 10 years, the city, in its sole discretion, has the option of giving up the $2 million guarantee and putting virtually all of the signage into the revenue share. So after 10 years, we'll know what kind of revenue is out there. And if it makes sense to give up on the guarantee and get more revenue by putting everything into the revenue sharing agreement, it is the city's option to do that. Mr. Rosendahl and committee wanted that every 5 years.
Right.
They have agreed to that. The agreement before you has 5-year renewals, and it will be the city's option to either continue with the guarantee or to give up the guarantee if it's going to get more revenue by including them in the revenue share.
Okay, so obviously this is money that the city has never been able to realize before. It could be a significant amount of revenue.